This video is going to look at moving text. That's where we move a sentence from one paragraph either into a new position in the same paragraph or into a completely different paragraph. In this instance, to begin with, I'm going to take this sentence here, "If your home has more than one story," and make it the first sentence of this paragraph. All we have to do is highlight the words we're looking for, so I can press and hold the left mouse button and drag along that text. And you do have to be very aware of what it is that you've selected. If I right click now and select cut, and that deletes that text, reposition the mouse cursor to the start of the sentence, press right click and then click paste, and then the text has been inserted. Be aware that I've now got an additional space at the end of the word, and that's because I've copied the paragraph break. If I turn the show hide on, you can see I've got this paragraph break here, so you do have to be careful what it is you select. Can you see I've undone twice, and we can see from my initial selection I had that paragraph break selected. So sometimes it's easier to go from the end of the sentence and drag right until you've highlighted everything that you need. So again, I can right click this and cut, and then again reposition the mouse cursor, right click and paste, and now it has worked properly. You do have to make sure when you're moving text that you account for grammatical errors. Here we've got a full stop but no spaces after the full stop, so you have to make sure that you do put those back in. So that's moving text. As I say, it can be moving a sentence from the end to the start of a paragraph, but we can also move text from one paragraph to another. So in this instance I'm going to move the sentence "Smoke alarms should be fitted in a place," and so on, and position it to be the start of the first paragraph. So again, I have to carefully select the text I want, and then I could right click and cut this, but there is a second way in which we can move text, slightly easier, and it is through dragging and dropping. As soon as I have text highlighted, if I press and hold the left mouse button, I can drag the mouse cursor along, and if you look to the bottom right of my mouse cursor, you can see there's now a box towards the bottom, and there is a little line that follows the mouse cursor through the text, a little dashed line. If you make sure that that dashed line is in position that you require, so at the start of the sentence, or the start of the first paragraph, release the left mouse button, and then the text is moved across for you. And again, you always have to make sure that the spacing after a full stop has been set correctly. So a second way of moving information is to drag and drop. So we select the text we want, press and hold the left mouse button anywhere over that selection, and then drag the cursor to the new position and release the left mouse button. So that is the two different ways of moving text: either either cut and paste, or drag